example. This going at the beginning of the video. Don't do that if you're a Zoe player. Don't do it. If you've been dealing with this day one fighting Belial, I will teach you how to deal with that stupid move. Let's go. What's up, gamers? This is your boy Bachiru here. Let's talk about how you deal with this annoying move. Definitely, if you've been playing against Belial, which is almost every match now, you've been hit by this move online many times. It's pretty strong actually, but there are ways to deal with it and there is ways to bait it. So let's learn how to deal with this now. So I will explain the properties of that move and how to punish it, like with the various characters, with the various casts. There are like universal punishes and there's like some character specific punishes. It's strong, but it's not a god move. Okay guys, before we start, don't forget to hit the subscribe button below, like this video, and let's begin. Okay, first things first, when this move is active, if you hit like with a medium or a heavy attack, you don't really have time to block it, even with far normals, because that move has like a parry and a punish property. So when you hit like the walking motion, it makes like Belial invincible. Then the going down is the punishment. So the way to block this move actually is just if you do like a close slide. That rising attack, that like going down attack is not actually like safe on block. You can still actually punish it. The other thing is that you can just grab this move. But what makes it really powerful is that like Belial has both this parry move and he has also a TP. So that really like enforces like his wake up options. So he can either like wake up with that one or he can wake up with that DP. So one way to deal with this thing is that this move is not totally like invincible frame one. It's not like a EX DP. So you can actually meet it and you will get a counter punish. So let's show an example. So this is another way to deal with it. Yeah. The other thing is that if your pressure is not totally tight, you will end up getting hit by that one. So that's something to keep in mind. But if you know someone keeps on mashing that one, you can actually do like a frame trap, and you can actually punish it. So this is another way to deal with it. The other thing is that if you know someone that keeps on doing this, actually you can just like spam lights and you can just block it when it hits. Your punish actually usually is just like a light punish, which is fine in my opinion. It's not a big deal. The other thing is that like you can actually like if you do like your jump attacks, you still have enough time to block when you land. Sorry. And you can actually just proceed to punish. That's another way to deal with it. For some characters, what you can do actually is that if you have like the reactions, what you can do actually is you can just bait it with a light, then hit it like with a reversal. So for characters like Zoe, for example, that doesn't have actually a DP, this is actually a pretty effective way to deal with it. But the thing is, be careful of reversal attacks that put you like in front, because they will whiff when like you're trying to hit Belial. So let me show you an example. So for example, this is really dumb, but this happens. The other thing is that while the first like hit gives like a Belial like this invincibility, that rising attack and going down attack is not really invincible. So if you have a multi-hit attack that can hit high, you can actually do that. So for example, let me show you an example with Zoe. Yeah, but just be careful because sometimes this is really dumb things happen. So let me show you an example. This going at the beginning of the video. Don't do that if you're a Zoe player. Don't do the DP move thing. Yeah. The other thing is that like when it comes to projectiles, if you space your projectiles properly, you still have enough time, because this move will put Belial close to you. But if you're, for example, really close, Belial can punish you, because that move ignores like your active frames and it will hit you, so you have really no time to recover. So the universal punish usually on knockdown is what you can do actually. After you knock down, if the opponent doesn't have a DP, they consume like the EX DP, but you can actually just meet it and you can bait it. If your if the opposing player has both a DP and of course access to this one at all times, what you can do actually is just do a safe jump, and you can beat both actually. So let's show an example. So this is another way to deal with it. Now let's move to some character specific stuff, just to explain, because to be honest, if your character has a DP, this is a pretty easy way to deal with this counter, especially on spamming, and it's actually reactable. I think the best way to deal with Belial on pressure is to pressure him with lights first, and meet him in mediums and heavies on wake up. I think this is the best way to deal with this move. So for example, if you are Gran, what you can do actually is when you hit with a light, sorry, my execution is terrible. Okay, again, you can DP actually. If the DP motion for you, the timing is pretty tight, we can actually do is with the skill shortcut. But this will make your recovery really slow. The other thing is that you can do this. The other thing is that you can do this, then do an AX DP, for example. The same rule applies. Usually, the difference between a DP character and non-DP character is that, DP character is invincible and has an anti-air move, and other characters no, because that going down attack is still considered an aerial attack. So let's show an example. Yeah, you can still punish this with an anti-air attack. So this is something to keep in mind. So if the opposing Belial player likes to spam it all the time, just do that and punish them with an anti-air. But just make sure that you have enough time and your anti-air comes out quickly. If you cannot, it's actually pretty simple. Just block and do a light punish or something. But if you manage to time it for the anti-air, punish from full screen or that kind of distance, you can actually go for huge damage because it's considered a counter. Some characters, they have some weird interactions with this move, particularly Fairy, because Fairy, even though they nerf her, I feel like she's still top tier. So let's give a quick example. Fairy's 5U flat out beats that move. So if you're playing Fairy against Belial, it's pretty simple. If you see him doing it, just do 5U, as you can see. If it clashes, it's actually pretty simple. Okay, it doesn't really matter. You can actually punish with the... So, as you can see, it negates because it's a multi-hit attack. It's pretty dumb, but if you're a Fairy player and you see a Belial player doing this, or you can actually just do this, Easy. Then meaty. The Belial player is dead, by the way. This move loses flat out the multi-hit attack, so keep that in mind. Basically, if you're a D.Va player, what you can do is you can do a light into a scoop, but you have to time it properly. Just try to do it as early as possible. So let's try to do this. See? Yeah, this is another way to punish it with the D.Va. See? So next time that you face this move, don't be discouraged. There are ways to deal with it. Just see how you can deal with that, with your own character, and just let's teach those Belial players to stop abusing it, especially online day one, because it's really frustrating. They give him both a counter and a DP. Come on, yani, just go easy. He feels really strong, but I don't think I think this move eventually it will stop being as effective now. But because it's online and we're still learning how to fight the character, that's why it makes it really strong. Okay, guys, that's it. I hope this video, you found it helpful. If you enjoyed this content, don't forget to hit the subscribe button below. Much more Granblue content coming soon, so stay tuned for that. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Yalla, peace.